Hello and welcome to your daily oracle reading for Sunday, July 26, 2020. I'm Linda the Lightworker. I'm a shamanic practitioner and I use oracle cards, tarot cards, and all sorts of natural elements to do daily readings, helping us stay on our life purpose path, living one day at a time, making sure we take good care of ourselves. So if you're here for the first time, thanks for stopping by. All my info is down below in that diddly-do box. LindaTheLightWorker.com is my website. And yeah, or you can email me, LindaTheLightWorker@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. All right, let's jump into today's cards. Today I'm working with The Star That Never Walks Around, perfect for the time of COVID, by Stella Bennett. And this is a really interesting deck published in 2002, and I just love the wisdom of it. So here we go. Our first card today is the Seven of Frogs. Now the frogs represent the water signs, so this might be especially true for all those Pisceans, Cancerians, Cancerian, and Scorpions out there. So this guy's on his journey. He's on his new way, and he's riding on the back of this frog. And where this frog is, he's about ready to take a jump, and he's going to dive deep into your dreams and your wishes. So this is about jumping on that frog's back into the journey of the unknown, because when the frog is driving, you don't know where he's going to go. He might jump off a cliff to go find that delicious little bug there on that lily pad. So he takes you beyond your dreams, beyond your wildest dreams is what I'm hearing. Remember, stay open. Look at how flexible and ready he is to let this frog diving into the dreams to do the driving. But it's about using common sense and knowing, staying grounded firmly in reality and using that wisdom that you've cultivated for your whole life, living up to this moment. So you bring with you great wisdom. So remembering to stay grounded as these new opportunities are flowing in. Well, some of you, okay, our second card, before I jump into this, some of you mentioned our second card is from the suit of butterflies. It's the Three of Butterflies. And the butterflies represent the air. And the air can represent many things. Like the water sign can represent our emotions. The air sign can represent our thought and our ability to process or to approach things from a different perspective in our mind's eye. So here we have the Three of Butterflies. And the three people here have been separated. Now, I really see this as ancestral information coming through, although Miss Stella writes about how this could be the husband separated from the wife for whatever reason. I don't like her reasons, but she says for disobedience. Like, oh my God, well, who wants, whatever that means, disobedient. Poor communication is better, I think. Anyway, so they've been separated. And what I'm really connecting with is that this is ancestral energy coming in, trying to connect with you. And that new baby is you and your new project. So there might be some grief coming up here. If this is a separation of, I'm feeling an extraction. Maybe you are torn apart emotionally from your ancestors or physically, but I'm thinking emotionally. That's really what I'm hearing is emotionally. Like, let's say you're on two different sides of the face mask debate. If you are polarized in whatever it is, you might be feeling a loss because you're unwilling. Your fundamental truth is unwilling to change in this discussion. And when that is happening, then there's no need for you to fight, right? It's a fundamental truth for you. So there's no need to try to convince anyone. But it is an inside job with the emotions that can get triggered by that kind of dialogue or polarization. I'm also seeing too that there may be, and I threw a second card on top of this one just for more clarification, but there may be some of you, now listen, Everybody has been in this tremendous state of grief during this time of COVID. We are mourning our old way of life, good, bad, or whatever. Some are celebrating, but many people are still in grief and feeling the pain of what's happening around them socially, the injustices that are happening, the destruction of living in the United States, of our democratic system. Like, there's many reasons to feel grief. But what I'm especially hearing is that grief from the family of origin. Now, it could be your grief, but for many of you, and I know many of my viewers you've done your work. You wouldn't be here watching me if you haven't done your personal growth. Look, I get it. I'm not for everybody, right? And thank goodness for that. I like being for who I'm supposed to be for. And this grief is about you. You might be processing, and I know a lot of you know how to do this, that DNA ancestral grief. So let's say you do get overcome by this feeling of intense grief, and it's out there. It can manifest as indigestion or nausea. It can come up in like brief moments of lightheadedness. This grief is manifesting physically in many ways, where you really just have to sit down and put your head down and just, cry it out, or allow your emotions to be where they are. Ask the grief. See if you're able to rise out of it just the most smallest amount. If you're getting images, ask the grief to show you, whose pain am I crying? Ask that. Whose pain is this? Is this my pain? Is this from the loss of my loved one? Or is this the grieving of perhaps, a miscarriage, or a birth that wasn't able to be fulfilled? Or what is it? The project that died? What is it? What if you see your great-grandmother's face? That's an image. Or if you're receiving messages from that seem strange or outdated, those are indicators that this is ancestral pain that you're healing. And what a beautiful gift it is. When I'm healing my ancestral pain, I allow it to be a gift to flow through me so that it may heal, so that it has no need to reproduce in this dimension or any other. So we're healing it all across the board, because you know what? We don't even know how time works. That's a whole nother conversation. So feel the pain, feel the grief, ask it whose it is, where does it come from? Allow it to go through you. Now women are good at this. Men, it's a little tricky, because I have a feeling that the only way I can describe it is that men feel it physically more intently than women do. Women are more fluid with it. If that's the case for you, if you're feeling it too intensely, back off just a little bit. It's not like lifting a dumbbell, like, ah! You don't have to go in that deep. If you get out of it a little bit more and go more slowly, it will have a better effect on you. So think of it as a muscle, men. All right, and our final card of tarot today is the Hangman. So what this opportunity is, first of all, look at how she's staring in the current. So that tells me this is a current situation, right? As she's staring into her current situation and feeling this grief, this is the opportunity. The Hangman always says, look at it from a different perspective. And Spirit's really saying, not just a different perspective, but from all perspectives. Woo! Should I say that again? Look at it not just from a different perspective, but from all perspectives. Now, if you're healing business grief, which I think I should do a workshop about, coming extraction from the corporate world into human life, and how to grieve that ego that was tied up with it, or all of the different ways that you were lured in. I mean, you participated, but there were baits, traps were set. When we heal that pain, look at it from all situations, even those who did you the harm. And those who we know did not have any intentions of harming you. And being able to witness it through those eyes, and to witness it from those who love you the most, who had to witness you go through such a terrible experience, either yours or your ancestors, bearing witness is part of the healing process. It's just tricky. It's just uncomfortable. That's all. All right, our final card today is from the Wisdom of Oracle Divination cards by Colette Baron-Reid. And I love this deck so much. It's new to me, and I'm just incredibly in love with the images. But how funny it is, we're getting a repeat, and I've only been using this deck a few days. Excuse me, I need a sip of water. Okay, all right, our final card today is the number 33, Chaos and Conflict. That's my clue that this is about the family. Look, honestly, I know very few clients, friends, soul sisters, acquaintances who have not had some kind of conflict going on within their family. It's really an opportunity to heal these old wounds. But chaos, 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 chaos. That poor horse looks like somebody drew like a giraffe, put him in a giraffe hide. Ooh. What are we hiding from? That's what I'm hearing with these hides. Sometimes I get wordplay. All right, here's chaos, chaos, chaos and conflict. Well, there's a lot of chaos out there. I'm getting images of the forest fire burning that's required. It causes chaos in the wilderness for new growth to come. Now, there are two schools of thought on the wild burning fires, although I'm not really hearing of fires, but I'm just using it as an example. That chaos is necessary to create order. And the energy that we're in now is absolutely chaos. Chaos at 1,000 times. I mean, it's intense out there. There's a lot of chaos. And so how do we organize chaos? To organize chaos, it's about putting like things with like things, and it's about building these different compartments, these different places. You have to, it's like, let's say you're unpacking a new house and you have towels in every room of your house, and you're asking yourself, why do I have towels in every room of your house? Put all your towels in one place and look at and have an honest conversation with yourself about towels and say, wow, why do I have so many towels? And you might get a flash of like World War I. I know a couple of you do really relate to that time period, and perhaps you have a past life recall or ancestral pain, a fear of not having enough linens, so you've gathered them in case we need to boil water and rip them down for babies to be born, or whatever all of that bedding was required for, or maybe you need to have it. Look at your chaos, and to organize it, it requires looking at it piece by piece. But when everything's in chaos, sometimes it feels impossible to be able to do that. So the invitation is to recognize there's chaos and there's conflict. So by being grounded and recognizing, look at this, I'm hearing a horse with no name in the desert, right? That's a great song. Let's listen to that today. Put it in pieces. Put it in right. Where's your hide? Cover your hide. Look at what you need. How can you organize it for yourself? And the other opportunity is to, and those who follow chaos theory in the physics world know this philosophy of just allowing that chaos to unfold and allow the divine order to come in, right? Let's think of our planet for a moment. Before there was formation, and there are many words written in biblical texts, but from a scientific point of view, there were elements of mixed, a quagmire of all sorts of things that came together and through gravitational force got caught into each other's atmosphere. And as it swirled together, it created form, right? So allowing some of that creativity mixed in with the chaotic process to let it take form. That takes courage, because especially if you have white woman syndrome who wants to know everything, doesn't want to wait, wants it organized on a clipboard, ready to go. 1, 2, 3, tell me what to do. I'll put a Post-it note on it. I'll get it done right away. If that's you, you don't want to be in chaos. You got to slow that shit down. Oh, I said a naughty word, but it's true. Slowing down that mind, stepping off of that busybody bus, busybody, like you're keeping your body so busy working, organizing, and not allowing that creative process to flow through you. And sometimes that chaos and creativity go together and it's messy. So just allow there to be a little bit of a mess. You'll get to it. It's not gonna hurt you if everything isn't tidy today. Allow the chaos so that you can step into that new process, because something wonderful is on the horizon. That horse, he's gonna be ready soon. Gotta get my glasses on. I can't even see all those things in that card. All right, well, that's our reading for today. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for being here. If you're one of my new subscribers, thank you. I love you so much. Thank you for stopping by and being a part and letting me be a part of your day today. Go easy with yourself, especially that emotional stuff. It's, you know what? You need extra snacks. 5-star snack day, I would say. If you're having emotional roller coaster, or if you're going through it, make sure you're nourished. Drink a lot of water. Crying takes a lot, dehydrate you. Stay nourished. Work those tears in if you gotta cry it out. It's okay. It's good for our skin. All right, my dear, be nice to you. Say nice things to yourself. I love you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.